Yo, what is up guys, Mr. Snow Soldier here, and today we're looking at bad business gun models and what is their real name. Some of my videos I do really speak on what they're actually from combat and their real name. So let's get started on our first weapon. First of all, we got the iconic AK-47. Now I'm gonna take off my attachments on this. Now I don't really call this the real AK-47 because of its model. It actually is not an AK-47. This is an AKM. By just the look of it, it ain't even a real AK-47. If you compare this to the M and the 47, the 47 has the MP40 folding stock, and the one who made the gun is Kalashnikov, who died in 2012. If you don't know what the AK stands for, it stands for Automav Kalashnikov. Translate that to English, automatic Kalashnikov. I don't know what the actually M stands for. I think it's called modern, I guess. So I'm gonna do a little bit of research on that. Alright, next weapon. Next one is the AN-94. I can just say this is actually its real model. As you can see, the magazine is tilted. Actually, in real life, it was actually developed in 1994 on the fall of the Soviet Union, just after 3 years. So actually, this is its real gun model. Next one is this ARX 160. I'm gonna say that it's actually its real model. Next one is the ASVAL. I don't know what day it's created, but I think it's created in the Soviet Union. But just a look that we can put the VSS scope and the 9x9 VS mag to make it the VSS Von Torres, which is a semi-automatic sniper for the Russians. Next one is the FAL. I don't actually gonna call this the FAL because it relies on its real name, FN FAL or FN FAL. So this is the real model, but it's the modernized version. I'm gonna take up my Arctic skin for this. As you can see, this is its modernized version, and I'm actually confused how it's actually semi. It has a fire of 500. I hope the devs really do give this gun a full auto perk, so we can have much more fun in full auto. Next one is the Famas. I'm not actually gonna call this the Famas. It's called the F1 Famas. I'm gonna remove the attachments here. That's an incorrect barrel. If you put the short barrel, this is actually what it looks like from compared to real life. After this video, I don't really know what's gonna be my attachments because I made this video, so who cares. Next one is the G3. Now, this was actually created in West Germany in the Cold War because Germany was split into two. It was split into four. You got East Germany, which is by the Soviet Union. Then the three hub are from France, British, and the United States. Now this was actually made by Heckler and Koch in 1950s. So real name is H&K G3. Now this one is the G36C, but I transformed this to the G36. Also, you can transform this to the H&K MG36 by Heckler and Koch. Again, I don't know how to pronounce the HK, but it is what it is. Bad pronunciation. I turned this to the G36, the normal version having the ZF scope. And this is actually based on the real model of the G36C. So, yeah. Next weapon. Now, this is the Galil IMI Galil SAR. But if I remove the skin, because it's actually a SAR by it was manufactured by the same company, Israel manufacturer military industry. This is actually the SAR made in 1990. The Soviet Union still exists, but the Cold War was over. Next one we have the Groza. The OTS porting Groza 1. This is actually the 1 version. Last video was the Groza 4 if I just equip the heavy barrel. And I think this is the 3 or 2. I'm gonna say it's the 3 because this was actually also based on the Groza. As you can see that small barrel right there. So yeah, and this is the 1 with the invader barrel. This one is the Aac Honey Badger. The thing is, it's actually gonna get revamped. I heard it from a YouTuber, Petrified TV, which is actually amazing. Now I cannot wait for this revamp, but the thing is, after seeing that video on what Petrify said, they don't have other attachment besides the. I'm disappointed. The .300 blackout magazine. This is only gonna retain on the basic model, as you can see right here, but don't worry, it's gonna get revamped. So this is completely the wrong version. Actually, if you go ahead and check Petrified TV's video, it's actually gonna be the real version for the revamp. And by the way, it after sewing the iron sights, I think to myself it was correct. So Aac Honey Badger's real name. Oh god, I'm having Vietnamese flashbacks. As you can see here, we have the M16 A1. But if you, yeah, it's not the real M16. It's just the shorted version. Now, if you equip the lightning magazine, I mean, it still look the same, but minus 10 ammunition on that. Now, if you apply the verse mode, you can actually get the A2 version. I don't know if they're actually gonna add like those like one of those cylinder barrels to the M16 because it's now being used for its real time in the USA. So I don't know if we're gonna attach that. Really? M4A1? You call this an M4A1 bad business? I'm not here to trash on the devs, but this is actually not the M4A1. If you go ahead and check out the model of the M4A1, it's basically different towards this. And if you search M4 block with the O, not A, the barrel should be more longer. But the thing is, this is not an M4A1. This is an MK18. I'll put the screen of the MK18 to your screen. Here's the version. Compare this to the M4A1 in bad business. It's actually the MK18. For now, we're gonna call this the MK18 in the game. Next one is the Mutant. Now the Mutant is basically different. I'm not actually gonna call this the Mutant, but this actually was developed in the USA. It's actually called the MK47 Mutant, and actually is a 2-burst rifle developed by USA. Next one is the Scar H. I mean, the Scar H is actually amazing with this model, but I'm gonna consider this as Scar H. It's a real model. Next one is our Stone Give Up 44 or STG 44 for sure, for a shortened name. This gun was developed in Nazi Germany, 1944. Saw troops with the SS and and this thing saw service to the fall of Berlin. This one is the TAR 20. Now, one more thing about this gun is that this was actually developed in Israel, the TAR 20. So, by just looking at this base model, it's actually its real gun. Oh my god, our last two weapons. Next one is the XK416 or the HK416. Now, I'm gonna remove the attachments. Now, this is the A5 version. Short barrel and with the retracted stock. Now, if you put the extended stock and the extended barrel, it's actually the real HK 416. So the thing is about this is that I thought it was actually the other version of this, which is the M27 of the USA, probably used by Navy SEALs. That's what I'm gonna consider. This is the HK 416. Our final gun is made by West Germany again, which is the HKG11. Now this one is 4 burst weapon. And if you use this in bad business, there's no goddamn recoil towards the gun. So I'm gonna consider this as the real version of the game. So every time I'm gonna play bad business, I'm gonna call them by on their real base models. And also one thing, leave a like and subscribe for more one of this. Our next video will be the LMG or light machine gun. Now roll the outro. Goodbye.